Hello and welcome to our vlog number 34, and today we are going to speak about enabling access to licensed application from home offices. So this is a challenge now with the coronavirus, and let's see what are the methods that are available to make that happen. So let's just review it first. So one is license borrowing, to borrow licenses to users' computers. Second is to open the license server to the internet so people can consume the licenses for wherever they are. And the last one is to set up a VPN. And of course we need to remember that we're talking about only network licenses with license server. So let's start with the license borrowing, and this is a terminology of FlexLM. In other license manager it might have another name like offline licenses, and here the idea is simple. You go to the office, you connect your machine to the license server, and you borrow the license. By doing that, a network license is converted into a named license, and it's very easy, and once you return it, it will return to the license server pool. It's very easy, but not very efficient. So we are converting expensive and very useful network licenses to a named licenses in a ratio of 1:1, and in most companies we show that you get to a ratio of 1 to 4 users to a license, so this is actually impossible. So let's move to the next board, and in the next board we will show how to open the license server port. And in this case, I'm focusing on FlexLM because for each license manager there is a different method. So how does it work? So in general, the client connects to the license server using the FlexLM port. This is a typical number. Communicates on this port, and when the license server send him the vendor port number, which is dynamic, the rest of the communication is done on that port between the vendor DLL and the client. So in order to enable that to work from home, we need to make sure the vendor port is static. So that's the first challenge. It's easy to set up, and you set it in the license server, and after that you need also to open the ports on the firewall, so the vendor port and the FlexLM port, and then the client is sitting at home requesting the license on the FlexLM port, going through the internet to the port, getting to the license server. Then they start to communicate on the vendor port, and this is now static settings, and we set a specific port also for the vendor port. That works, we check that. In that case, there is sometimes a challenge about the speed of communication between the license server and the client, and you need to set the timeout for the FlexLM. Check the manual, that's easy. We need to think about the security of the whole thing. So I open the port, who can access it? That's also a question to consider. And let's move to the last board, and in this method we just utilize the VPN that most companies have. The client communicates with the office network through a VPN, so it's an encrypted channel, and actually the client sees the office environment, including the license server, as if it is local to his machine. So it's quite easy to connect to the license server Again, here we need to set the timeout to a correct value, but it works well, and this is actually the easiest and the best method. So let's go back to the summary in order to summarize our discussion here. There are three methods. As we said, license borrowing is the worst one. I wouldn't recommend anyone to use it. Second one is to open the license server port to the internet, which is convenient after you set it, but also not recommended. And this is the best method to use the network VPN. So I would like to thank you for listening today. I wish you all a good day.